I've been driving Bud's car all morning, and out of all the E31s that I've driven so far, the 90, 91, 92 models, this is easily by far one of the cleanest, nicest, and best driving cars I've ever had the pleasure of driving, of the E31s, of course. Even my cinematographer, Chuck, who was sitting next to me, like, damn, this car is pulling really well. So that should tell you a lot. But I wanted to congratulate you on keeping this car in an amazing condition, and thank you for inviting us to your house today. I'm fascinated by your racing history. If you want to tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I spoke of it earlier a little bit, which is primarily we were street racing as kids. Nobody else has ever street raced, probably. I say that when I go to places and everybody laughs because everybody was street racing in those days. We didn't take a lot of pictures because we didn't have the access to these beautiful cameras, and we just had little Instamatic things. But these are some pictures that we took. In fact, this was going to be in Hot Rod Magazine, and they were prepping it. And these are friends of mine. This is a fellow named Art Chrisman. This happens to be in 1959 in Bakersfield, and that's me driving what's called a altered coupe. And this is Tony Nancy, and these two guys were the top eliminators that day. Art Chrisman was the ultimate winner, but we had a lot of fun doing it. But it was work too. But these guys really knew what they're doing. This is me driving one time at Lions Drag Strip, which is the most famous one ever. And leaning against the car, the push car, is Tom McEwen, later became known as the Mongoose. Amazing guy. He was like a brother to me.
Did you guys ever go to El Mirage as well, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite places to shoot at. We've shot a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah, there's a lot. And then I got into where we did, this is Bonneville, Salt Flats. And this is some friends of mine, guys I grew up with. This fella was in one of the fellas I was in the second grade with. And so that was a long time ago. So I'm an old man now. And so what I did was, we didn't have a lot of pictures, but since this is the most recent, these are just different pictures of it. But you can see the Salt Flats it's a magic place. Should be a bucket list thing here. Here we are back to 1959 in Bakersfield, and this is a car we were racing. It was called the Bounty Hunter. All the cars have a name, and this is once again. The salt is different. On asphalt, you try to get as light as you can. Weight doesn't matter on the salt, but it's real slippery.
Oh, look at the wheels. It's
The wheels
filled with salt.
So
This is a great shot, this one here.
yeah,
It's,
that was in a magazine.
I can tell. This is from a photography and cinematography standpoint, this is a dream come true, just to shoot something like this.
Yeah, the reason we have enough of those, but these are early. I'm trying to figure out this with early magazines, and I'm in them. But here's a book just on the Mongoose. He became famous. He's in the World Hall of Fame Motorsports, and it's huge. And I realize as people move on and time moves on, these guys don't know who he is, and the kids today don't either. But that's about all I got as far as pictures. I have pictures. I have pictures of the Nomad and things, but I don't have them in.
It's all good. It's all great. So from racing to airplanes to helicopters to a lot more things, and he told us the only one that he kept all throughout these years was the BMW E31.
That was my favorite of everything.
That's a great statement.
You know, I flew for the Orange County Sheriff's Department. I don't know if he told you that. 20 years. I didn't get paid because I didn't want to be paid for it, but I flew for 20 years. What I got out of it was able to fly their incredible equipment for nothing. Because if you try to rent one of those, it'd be like a crane or something, $2,500 an hour.
Did you catch any criminals up
when
car chases?
Yeah, we did. Not catch criminals necessarily, but we did surveillance We actually even did fire suppression. You'd see a little fire start along the freeway. They had a thing called a Bambi bag that would pick up some water, and you could maybe get it there before before it got going real good.
Awesome. So to wrap this up, once again, as I've said in the past, I only stand by the cars that I legitimately feel are amazing, great ownerships. The cars are great, and I can stand by them and represent them. Once again, this is one of those examples, a 1991 BMW 850i, 41,000 original miles on it, greatly owned by a sole person all throughout the 28, almost 29 years of when it was built. And we're looking forward to sending it to a new good home.
One last thing. I'm so happy to have run into somebody. When you talk about this car, the people that know them love them, but a lot of people don't even know what it is. This guy knows more about them than anybody I've ever met. So
Thank you.
doing
I
it.
appreciate it, but thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.
You too.
Okay. See you guys on Bring a Trailer.